All right, do that. Okay, there it is. Good.
There it is.
Yeah,
All
there
right.
it is. Excellent.
I'm going to share it. I'm going to... All right, now I got to go out of Discord.
Oh, no. You gotta go out.
Oh, no, I'm not leaving, but...
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you gotta click out of the window.
I'm just sending it to various randos who may or may not.
It's on.
Sweet.
There you go. Okay, and I got the chat.
We will
open
be
now.
live in just a moment. Yeah, well, technically we're live now, but we will be ready in just a moment. Because, of course,
Yay.
you know me, I'm never prepared right on time. I
I can
always
see
take like
shit.
5 extra minutes.
Oh, it's the best.
Tell me about it. It took you like 20 minutes just now.
Hey.
Well, that's because we had to
I'm
get shit
trying,
started.
okay?
I know.
Yeah, we had to get stuff started. Believe me, this is a very odd stream style for us.
But it's something that everyone is talking about, so you know what? I might as well give my half-assed nobody cares opinion as well.
Yep.
Whether you want to hear it or not. Wait, but then again, if you didn't want to hear it, why did you click on this video? Aha, I got you.
It's because people on the internet are some people on the internet are like really freaking like stupid when it comes to that.
Hey, me too.
Wait, what have you done that is like, reflected that?
I don't know. I've looked up like really stupid shit before, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's as far as I'll go with that. All right. So now that I've sent the link to like everybody, so maybe.
So everybody,
All right, there we go.
everybody.
Okay. So, regardless if people start showing up or not, I'm definitely going to start discussing that. So, all right. So now that I'm finally ready, well, just wanted to take a quick 30 minutes with a couple of other YouTubers / buds of mine, just to discuss that new trailer that Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield that everyone is talking about and everyone is thinking about.
That name was so obvious.
Oh wait, oh crap! What the hell?
What happened? What'd you do?
I can't see the stream anymore on my phone. Can you still see it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I can.
Good. All right.
I see your mouse moving, so that's a good sign.
Okay. Good. All right. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. All
I
right. That's
know.
good.
I'm watching my own. I'm watching my own video for views. Am I awesome or what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So hopefully that worked out. So, all right. So that's the three of us just recently watched the trailer, and we don't want. We're not going to show the trailer again here. If you want to see the trailer for yourself, actually, I might even actually post the link in either the description or post a link in the chat. Which is perfectly fine.
Now, Hannah immediately says in the chat that not a big fan of the names. You know what? The names haven't been good since like Gen 3. I mean, so I've given up on that aspect of it now.
Yeah, Gen 4 was okay. I mean, kind of. Piplup, I think, was the most interesting name of the Gen 4s. But yeah, we definitely.
No, Hannah. I don't want to get this channel copyright claimed.
Frame by frame analysis. Well, no, that's true. I mean, even though I don't make any money on my channel,
we could do it where like you play a section and then pause and then give commentary, but even then the bots don't know the difference between that and showing the entire fucking thing.
No, but what we'll definitely do, we'll definitely go to at least a video and like pick through a specific part or whatever and discuss things. Because there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. Is the region itself. The region itself is actually very interesting, but I shit you not, the first thing I thought of was, is this a Harry Potter crossover?
Wait, how so?
Like some of the buildings, and I know it's based off of Europe. I think that's what it was confirmed.
Oh,
but some
okay.
of the things that are based off of Europe, I swear, some of the buildings looks like Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, you're looking at the train to Hogwarts, the castle to Hogwarts. I mean,
all right, so I'm not the only one that sees that. I know what people are gonna give me.
I mean,
shit
want
for that,
me to pull up
Hogwarts.
want me to pull up the map now or wait till a bit?
John,
you
I'm
can,
British.
yeah, you can, yeah. Pull up that map right now.
Oh, fuck
Because
yeah.
actually, there is a map, or like not really a map, but like a drawn area of the region that's on Cerebi. Yeah, why don't you pull that up?
Yeah, is one of these areas the battle frontier that they promised 4 years ago?
Oh yeah,
I know, right? Yeah, that's something.
I'm gonna say that this drawing is beautiful.
It is. It is. I will agree that the structure of the region is actually very interesting because it looks kind of linear, but at the same time, it's not. It almost looks like a bunch of branching pathways off the main area. And there's a lot of variety in the areas as well. Like we have like that small little like town right there. We have big facilities, almost like a castle type of area as well. But also, one of my buds actually said something about it being a medieval looking setting, and I actually kind of agree with that. I don't know if that's exactly what they're going
it's
for,
not medieval, but it's like the industrial revolution.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Not medieval. It's like you know what it's similar to is like if you look at how like Final Fantasy VI looks in a few places, it kind of reminds me of that. Like it's very like technologically advanced for the 19th century and like early 20th century.
Yes, that actually makes a lot of sense. But medieval would make sense as well, only because of the whole sword and shield thing.
That is true too.
They should have just called it Pokemon AG/.
That's literally, that's probably going to be the Pokemon of choice.
Mm-hmm.
Someone of the gym leaders, if there are gyms in this game, will have that.
There are. They showed the grass gym in the trailer. At least I think it's grass. Even the producer guy on the video said that there are gyms in here.
That's good. So they're actually going back to the roots in a way.
But they couldn't possibly between those two tiles here. I mean, there's no islands.
Besides that really tiny one to the right that's probably not part of the game.
Battlefront 3. No, wait. It's going to be the battle tree.
Actually, Star, that area you have on right now, it almost looks like someone actually, I'm not going to say who they are, but one of my buds said to me, those two cities right there, it almost, he made a prediction or something about those two cities having blocked off each other, like almost like you said something like some sort of like revolution or something, how like two totally different towns or cities, blah, 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 are actually against each other.
Yeah, they're at odds with each other. Or like
I think
he
said criminal organization or something as well. Like maybe there's two criminal organizations and they're both resigned in each town.
Yeah, they're kind of like they've been like in a war.
Yes, it almost looks like because of the way those two towns or cities areas are structured, it almost looks like they're trying to keep each other out
of them. Yeah,
which actually would kind of make sense. This because I don't know. I'm taking a wild shot at it by going off what he says, but between like the sword and the shield, they're opposites, but maybe like somehow down the road you can actually find a way to make these two unite again as one.
Oh, that's interesting.
Overall. That's what I got. That's what I got by his opinion on it.
Yeah, that would be an interesting take on like because I've never heard of a story in Pokemon that's gone quite that deep into something like that.
That would actually be interesting. That would actually be a really, really good. That this is all like this. Yeah. This is not actually happening, but it's actually
that's a great idea for a story.
Maybe the city's in chaos or something, or there's a lot of areas in chaos, and maybe they didn't get along. Maybe there was a war in the past. Maybe there was something. And then this is like some sort of like revolution, and now them two being separated, maybe with the help of some sort of legendary Pokemon encounter, blah blah blah, etc. Maybe you can find a way to put this. Not rivalry, but put this squall to rest or whatever, just to unite them again in the end. Because it seems like why else would there be two huge ass fucking walls blocking each city, and they look astoundingly different too. Like maybe one is more high tech.
Yeah, one is more high tech than the other.
Keep things more traditional. Type of thing. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking. Like sword and shield, opposites yet the same.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the biggest things that I had to say about that. Another one too is if you look, I'm gonna piss so many people off by saying this, but I'm not a fan of the graphics. The graphics is actually it's better than the 3DS, but that's not saying a lot.
Yeah,
the 3DS was only capable of so much, and it was good for its time. But compared to like a Switch title, if you look at Super Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild, this game just looks way too cartoony. It does. I mean, I understand why it's supposed to be kind of like the anime. I get that, but compared to like beautiful looking titles like those, like Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, this is a really big step down between that.
I think I have
lot
a
of people
reasoning. I think I might have a reasoning for that. I think because this is their first foray into the Switch. Well, besides Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I'm thinking they're trying to have it look like this because people are used to it. But eventually, they're gonna really step it up later.
Yeah, but that didn't stop them from like Pokken Tournament. I'm not gonna lie, the Pokemon models barely look touched at all. Like they look, I don't know, like in Pokemon's Let's Go Pikachu / Eevee looked pretty good. They like some of the details on them, but it still was pretty good. But like I swear, like I don't know if it was me, but I swear like the model for even Pikachu looked downgraded in this game. I don't know if that's just early shots. Maybe it's like beta shots. Maybe they're working on it. I don't know.
It did say game footage, not final. They might touch it up within the next 9 months or so.
Yeah, but even so, I'm not really a super huge fan. And many people are saying, "Oh, the starters are looking absolutely amazing in the trailer." But I know for a fact that is not gameplay. That was a CGI cutscene that they made. That was absolutely not the in-game graphics. I can guarantee you that. I know how much it looks good. Like, oh, look, he's burning the grass, and the other one's putting it out with the gorgeous-looking water. That is CGI. That is not part of the Switch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this might be one of those games where it's like they probably just were going for the better graphics. They probably just omitted that by design.
I do understand and respect what they went with. Is more of a obviously the anime still going strong. Everyone likes it, and that's probably why they didn't want to stray too far from it. Because obviously they don't want to. They probably don't want to do. They probably don't want to make something like Pokken Tournament where everything is like all the details are blown out of proportion. Because I agree, some of the details on that were kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But I would expect something a little bit better than Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, since that was pretty much the filler game for this one.
Yeah, that was.
So hopefully they do.
They were going with is that they wanted it a little better looking than Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but not incredible
much
looking.
better.
I think they want to have I don't think they want to go overboard on the first Pokemon game, because then they can't really impress you with another one later on, can they?
Maybe not.
That is true. I will agree with that. But yeah, let's actually get out of the menu real quick, this picture real quick, and let's sneak a look at the starters, because everyone wants to talk about the starters.
You mean on the video or the pictures?
The pictures.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna lie, these starters look kind of fucking ugly.
And again, I
respect I respect what they're going for. I like the concept, but the actual designs are kind of
I don't know. It's like I've lost hope in that ever since like Gen 3 and Gen 4.
I was gonna say, haven't people been disliking
the rabbit starter looks like it's from Looney Tunes.
There's a joke on Twitter that all the starters look like the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Well, I kind of see that. No, I see that more on the little chameleon more than anything else, but I don't think that rabbit can pass off as Blossom.
Look, it's Buttercup.
It's Buttercup. Yeah,
anyways,
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of
this. I'm not a fan of the. I hear echo. Someone turn that off. Sorry.
I think people have been complaining about the starter design since Gen 5, and I don't understand. I mean, I think it's just going to take people time to get used to it. Again.
No, they're not bad. I like like I said, I like the concept of them, but it seems like they're trying a little bit too hard to make them cute, and they're making them more ugly. We don't need big bulging eyes like fucking Jigglypuff. We don't need adorable poses every 5 seconds. Like, I don't know. I mean, what are they all going to turn into fairy types just because of the whole cuteness factor?
No, at least one of them will be a fairy type. You watch. I'm guaranteeing.
Probably, because now that's pretty much the equivalent of Pokemon's like drug. Now they have to add fairy type to everything. But someone mentioned, I don't even remember the names. They cursed me for that. But like, what are the ones named? What are the names of these silly guys again? Could you X out of that picture?
Oh yeah,
can't remember.
Water and Ghosts is what Hannah here is saying Scobble is. I'm thinking my buddy said Water and Dragon, because I think that would make sense, but that would be kind of way out of balance. I don't really think any of the starters should be a dragon type because that would.
Sobble.
Yeah, water and dragon is a very, very powerful type combo. I mean,
Especially for a starter.
For a
Pokemon,
starter.
you don't really think they'd be like the dragon type, you know?
it's to think
Yeah,
back in the
that would
day
make their
that
only weakness is fairy.
yeah, I mean back in
I
the day
think.
that type was only housed by Kingdra like way back when,
And then
I think
Palkia.
Kingdra-
and then Palkia.
Yeah, so yeah, it would be interesting to see that, but yeah, water and ghost would be interesting. I mean, there's not too. I think there's only one starter that's a ghost, right? And that's what's his name? I forget, the owl dude. But I don't even know. I know the name. I just don't know how to pronounce it. But I get it.
Yeah.
As long as we don't. I mean, I highly doubt that rabbit is going to turn into a fighting type and keep the meme going. If anything, it could be either. I think it might be even fire and normal. That would actually be an interesting type.
Yeah, that would
combo.
be.
And as for the monkey, I don't know. Give it grass and rock or something.
I don't know, give it like grass and rock or like
Does that have it like I don't know? Have it like rocks grow out of it or something, moss rocks or something. Then it's grass and rock.
maybe even like grass and fighting or something like that.
I was gonna say, watch it be grass and fighting because there's another monkey starter with fire and fighting.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, keep that going. But yeah, I do like the concept of it. I really do. Except for the rabbit. Like I said, the rabbit looks way too much like a Looney Tunes character to me. Look at click on that, right? Doesn't the pose it makes looks exactly like one? Yeah, click on that for me, would you? The rabbit.
I did.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, because it's delayed. It's
I did click on it.
It's delayed. I'm sorry, but yeah, the pose looks. And so please tell me I'm not the only one that notices that. That totally looks like a Looney Tune stance. Now you just need whipped cream pies to throw at someone.
What's up, Doc?
or better yet, just get a hunter with a gun and just start like messing with that guy.
Oh, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I'm very interested in how this looks. Besides the whole, I think it looks like Harry Potter sort of thing. Because I think I made a joke with someone how Professor Snape better be one of the gym leaders.
Snape, Cerberus.
Oh my God!
Snape.
Hey, whoa! Professor Snape wouldn't be a gym leader. He'd be a good dude.
Cerberus, Snape, Dumbledore. That's an old YouTube classic.
The real question is, will this be the time we finally get that dark type gym leader?
That'd be an interesting.
That would be really cool to see.
Never seen that.
Yeah, never seen that.
There's literally never been a dark type gym leader
Nope.
ever, and even on the game, like when Fairy came out, that there was literally a gym with that.
If they ever made that, he should be a kind of guy that's almost maybe like has a bit of an anti-hero sort of kind of style to him. Where he's like,
all right. There is a question. We are getting who would we pick for the starter if we were to get the game. Obviously,
So
that's what we have to.
I gotta side.
Rabbit.
I gotta side with the water type because speaking from like a technical perspective, he can learn surf.
Yeah, I agree. Sobble is my choice also.
Then again, are they gonna have like HMs and shit in this game though?
That's what I did see, and that's what I did. I didn't know how the structure would be. That's a good point because
I don't think there will be HMs because I don't think they realize people dislike them since like Gen 5 there was HMs in there too, and it's just
what they realize is that they realized that the 6th slot in everyone's party was the HM slave, and they wanted to put an end to that.
Yeah, it was like I'd have 5 Pokemon and I'd have a 6, but I'd have to swap it out with an 8.
You know what it is? Yeah, you literally have the 5. You have the main 5.
The other,
and then whatever this one does.
The other reason too,
I need to fly somewhere.
The other reason too is that with water usually is a good bet to pick. Usually water or fire is a little bit better than picking grass. Grass is a little harder.
Grass is a little harder, but it does have its advantages on certain perspectives. Depending on, like I said, we don't know what the gyms are yet. This is like we're taking a step in a puddle right now. We're like going off of like random shit. Like even me pulling off the 2 factions separated coming together thing is completely out of my ass. But it could be possible.
Here's another question though: are all the Pokemon gonna be slow as heck like in Alola, or are we gonna actually have Pokemon whose speed goes up to over 100 before level level 50.
Again, I can't even comment on that because I never played
That's
Sun and Moon. Was that actually an
interesting.
issue?
I think it was.
Oh shit! Wow.
In Alola, the only two Pokemon that had a really high speed count was Salazzle and Lycanroc.
Oh wow.
But yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to this, but at the same time, I'm still kind of because we like I said, we know the basics, but we don't know what the new gimmick is. It seems like every new Pokemon game nowadays, since like really X and Y, has to have some sort of gimmick in it now, and I don't really like that. It seems like every Pokemon eventually has to be updated or changed or some stupid shit like that. That's the only thing that's gonna pretty much make or break it. If they want to go all the way with new stuff and put a new twist on like the very bare basics, that's fine, but don't go changing shit that don't need to be changed. Like, hey, mate, like you said, Star, like maybe this looks like Coliseum, but maybe have like a side quest where it's like Pokemon Coliseum. Or so I think one person mentioned to me, and this will never happen, but it would be really sick if it did. Have like a side area where it's kind of like Mystery Dungeon mechanics as like either a mini game or a side thing. I doubt that's going to happen, but it actually wouldn't be a bad idea.
I think it's more likely it'll be like Coliseum to some respect.
Yeah, that to be honest, yeah.
Because just looking at this, it kind of reminded me, well, and like what you said, like the graphics could have been better. It reminded me of the GameCube era, just from the way it kind of looked. Like if you compare this to XD or Coliseum, this game looks pretty similar to it.
That's a problem. Now that once you mention it, that's a problem. Why, if you say it reminds you of GameCube era graphics, hello, this is the Switch. This is like 3 consoles after that.
Yeah.
It should not look like the Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I mean,
it looks really good. Like the environments that they showed in the trailer looked good. The cities actually looked pretty good too.
Yeah,
and the
the character models and like the character models and the very like distinctive like details or whatever you call them. Like I forget what the word is, but like the very minute details and like the character models, they look quite poor compared to like previous titles, or especially our previous titles like on the Wii / GameCube or whatever. Obviously, like I said, it doesn't really take much to beat the 3DS. The 3DS had 3D graphics for the Pokemon, but they were pretty much bare bones for what they could have done.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is people on Twitter are actually complaining that this game isn't on the 3DS.
Yes, because they probably don't have a Switch and they don't want to buy it, but that's pretty much...
People do realize the Switch is 8 years old now.
Switch? 8. You mean the 3DS?
I mean the 3DS is that old.
Wait, what did I say? The Switch?
You said the Switch.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, you know what I mean. It's the 3DS.
Yeah, I mean, why would you want to
believe? But it is.
They don't want to keep... I don't think Nintendo...
Yeah, 2011.
Keep putting Pokemon games with the 2011 game engine on there.
Yeah, I mean, because to put it one way, Gemini did not have or were even thinking about making a YouTube channel back in those days. That was the good old days of YouTube in 2011. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of
Definitely.
YouTube either. And now every day I wonder why I did this.
I don't know why I did this to make stupid videos like this one, but hey, I mean, it still is very interesting to point out. Let me sneak a look at there real quick. Sword and Shield is such a cheesy name. I kind of agree with that, but
I don't know. I like it. I mean, what the hell else can they do at this point? Again, what
Pokemon Boy and Pokemon Girl.
That's gonna be Gen 9. Don't spoil it.
That'll be Gen 9. You're probably not wrong, dude.
Also, I mean, this is one of those titles that you like joked with your friends on the playground as like a little kid, and they actually went with it.
Yeah, well,
maybe. Yeah.
It fits, I guess. I think they might. Like I said, I think they went with this because it's two totally different things that work better together. I think that's the reason why they chose the names that they did. As bizarre as it is and how random it is, I think that's the reason. Sword and Shield are opposites, but they work better together.
They do.
So that has something. That right there has something to do with the region. I can guarantee it.
Yep.
There's no way they just randomly pick Sword and Shield. Like, oh, medieval time. What goes with medieval time? Sword and Shield, done. Could have been King and Queen or something if it was true medieval time. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, you know what's funny is there was actually a rumor that was going to be the name of this game.
Maybe that was the beta names. Who knows?
Yeah, King and
Maybe
Queen.
possibly. If it was
The real
like truly
question is, how are
medieval
the
time, who
legendaries?
knows?
The question is, how
Oh
are
wait,
the
no,
legendaries?
wasn't it like Pokemon like Monarch version or something? I thought someone said like Monarch. I thought one of my friends I think said Monarch version, which that kind of almost falls in the same category.
Yeah.
As to what I asked you on the phone, have you noticed that this is the first time they revealed a new gen and they didn't show off the legendaries as well as the starters? I mean, it's not normal like in
I
X
don't-
and
well,
Y and Sun and Moon.
I was
They-
gonna
they
say
only
maybe
showed
they
off the
can't
3
show
starters.
the like I said, maybe they can't show the new legends because that would spoil too much at this time.
Yeah, maybe.
Didn't stop them before, but I guess it keeps it suspenseful, so you at least get to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I know Hannah in the chat says, like, she was wondering why you thought it was me, but then she kind of realized, like, oh, yeah, it's the UK. Like, for me, though, I think it's more Industrial Revolution, which also did start in the UK.
It's totally the UK, especially since like Sword and Shield. That's where those kinds of weapons originated.
Like,
from.
it's probably on that fine line between medieval and Industrial Revolution. Like, again, kind of like what Final Fantasy VI was, because Final Fantasy
Industrial
VI
Revolution,
had a
I think,
mixture
is
of that.
probably more so it, just because looking back at the map, there's a lot of places that actually correspond to what you said there.
Yeah, because it's like, it actually, there's a lot of parallels to Final Fantasy VI, because there's some places that, oh, this is, it's like a city from the 1800s, but then you go to other places and it's just, it's just fields and stuff like that. It's kind of funny when you think of that.
Well, then that city way up top is like a step into the future with all its high-tech shit, or so it looks like.
Yeah, like, because there's like one of the first cities you visited in Final Fantasy VI is called Narsh. You look at that and you're like, that looks like something out of like the late 19th century. You go to another place just further down and it's just, you're just like in the middle of a field, and it's just like a like a local town,
Which we do see here as well. Which
Yep.
that's actually very interesting to point up. I never thought we would be comparing Pokemon to Final Fantasy, but hey,
I mean,
if
they
Disney can do
probably
it-
use that as a bit of an influence, because I mean, Final Fantasy VI has been around since 1994, so I mean, there's a lot of time to go off of that.
It's not a bad decision though, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, Final
It's not
Fantasy
a
VI is a good game, good setting.
So yeah, so I mean, it's interesting to like it's not ripping it off that by any means, but maybe inspired by that. And
Oh, yeah,
putting its
certainly
own
inspired
spin
by
on
that.
it. But yeah, like every area in that map, if it's like what they have here, it's definitely not going to be like samey. It's definitely going to have a lot of variety to it,
Mm-hmm.
without a doubt. It's going to have a lot of variety, and it's going to have a lot of choices. Like I said, it could be like one linear path with a bunch of branching paths or something, or maybe it has you here, there, and everywhere. But I'm not sure. Obviously, we're going by like a 2.5 minute trailer, and there's only so much. But yeah, bottom line with that, the game so far looks promising. The only thing that I hope for is I hope they don't add any stupid gimmicks in it. If they want to add throwbacks, like you said, the place from Emerald, the freaking battle tower. What was it called
Battle
again?
Tower.
Fuck. No, it wasn't the battle tower. It's called the
Battle Tree, Battle Mazen,
just the whole place. It was called.
Battle
What was the whole-
Frontier.
Battle Frontier, thank you.
Yeah, Battle
I could not think of the name. If they wanted to add something like that to it in the end game, perfectly fine. I just don't want any more stupid extra forms in the game. That was it was kind of interesting, but you could just clearly tell that they were updating some shit that didn't need to be. No Mega Evolution should be, that gimmick or meme should be dead by now. We don't need any of that. You realize that so many tournaments are banning Mega Evolution now because it's so freaking overpowered. They know they fucked up.
I was just about to say, because the fact that they're banning him really shows. The fact they banned him really shows just how broken they are.
And they physically they know they can't take it out of the game permanently.
That's the thing.
That's not going to happen. But there's a lot of things that it almost seems like they're regretting making it.
That's the thing. It's like,
Because
oh
there's
yeah,
so many
we done.
tournaments nowadays that ban it.
So yeah, we done fucked up.
Even like all like the regular like. I think how all like the ranked play matches, I think all those seasons are now banning Mega Evolution or banning extra forms. It just because of how broken it is. So hopefully they don't change anything that doesn't need to be changed. We don't need like new forms for Gen 2. They're perfectly fine the way they are. We don't need, I don't know, what are we going to have, like a defensive form and then an offensive form to match the sword and the shield?
I mean, one thing that they may add though is they may add some evolutions though. I mean, because one Pokemon I thought of that doesn't have a third evolution to my knowledge is like Dugong, for instance.
Well, now here's another thing. Have you noticed the pattern with evolutions? Like, obviously, first game had 3, Then they introduced 2 more in Gen 2. They introduced 2 more in Gen 4. They introduced 1 more in Gen 6. This is Gen 8. Do you think they're going to add another one?
How can they?
I mean, they could easily
because the fans demand it.
Yeah, well, when you put it that way, yes.
I mean, like, it's not even that only. I remember back when Kalos was coming out, they had fans send in evolution designs and tried to give them some ideas for evolutions. So they could do that again here.
Yeah.
I remember my friend
there's gonna be Ironion to match the shield, and there's gonna be Puncheon to match the sword fighting type. There's your 2 new evolutions.
I would like to hope that they look kind of decent with names like that. I can't really give them like.
Hey, the names I gave are no better than the ones they gave for the starters. So.
Yep.
True. I mean, come on now. The fire type starter's name is a little weird, but when is it not?
Its whole design is weird, from its name to its Looney Tune body.
I mean, well, what about freaking Meowth then? Or at least, like...
Meowth at least has some characteristics that stray away from Looney Tunes, but...
Meowth, that's right.
Well, yeah, actually, no, that makes it more like a Looney Tunes character because of how snarky he is.
Or like the time Pikachu almost caught Meowth in a Premier Bowl. Or Pleasure. I don't remember. It was a luxury bowl.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much all that we wanted to discuss. Like I said, but for now, if you said I'm reading through the comments right now, and if you guys have any questions, real quick, the last like 5 or so minutes, we're going to be answering questions of what you guys have.
Do they even know who I am? I know they know who you two are. But
you're pretty much well. You're GMH Games. You're pretty much.
I mean, you were on the last stream from at least like the first or at least like the last.
People expect you.
And the other thing too is that you were at least on here for the last. You were here for the last 2 hours because this Discord finally woke the fuck up.
I was gonna say the first hour and a half of that stream, nobody could hear Drumerai because we were robots.
Oh
yeah, no, that was terrible. At
least, at least I carried the torch for as long as I could.
Good. And it gives a point of even the original Pokemon can be bad or cringy, but everyone has such good memories with them. But then again, that was way back in like the 90s when they literally were making shit up the very first time. So this is the 8th time they're doing it.
Yeah.
So yes, maybe the well is starting to run dry. I understand that. That's why I'm not going totally apeshit on the starters.
Same.
No pun intended.
Believe me, I've already given up on the names and designs since like Gen 4 and 3.
Isn't Gen 5 the time that they started to like not?
Oh, Gen 5.
Gen 5 was not that
so
great.
Much. And not just because Hydreigon's in that gen, but just because. But just because there's a lot of Pokemon that have a very big question. It almost seemed like they went into the recycle bin on their computer. Which Pokemon did we reject 3 gens ago? Okay, we'll pick those.
Well, that's a funny thing there. It's probably because the Gen 5 had the most new Pokemon since Gen 1.
Hannah makes a decent point. It's also technically...
So that just proves my point. They definitely went through the recycle bin.
Yeah, she said it's also technically a kid's game, so they got to keep up with the times, even if that means making it cuter than before in the past.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're not making Mimi Pokemon like Fidget Spinner Mon.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh my ears!
Watch! There actually is a Pokemon. That
oh my eyes!
Spinners.
Oh my ears! Oh my anus!
Oh God! If there's a Pokemon
I say that now, it's gonna fucking happen. It won't be actually fidget spinners, but they'll be like fan blades, and everyone will think it's fidget spinners.
Oh.
Please don't put this thought in my head ever again.
Oh my anus!
I mean, technically, Rotom already has a fidget spinner in him if he's his fan form, so.
Oh man, that's bad. That's
so
nasty.
Gross.
That's nasty.
That's so funny though.
I mean, it is, but.
Oh crap! I don't know how much more time I have. I'm surprised I'm still.
I say we're pretty much almost.
Yeah,
done
we're pretty
anyway.
much about ready to wrap up because.
We're pretty much wrapping up anyway. But yeah, that's I once again to recap, I probably already said this, but the ideas for the Sword and the Shield, I really like that idea. I have a feeling of where they're going with it. Like I said, 2 opposites, but work together as one better. I hope that's the case, because that would be wicked fucking clever if they did that. The whole region itself looks promising. It does. That one screenshot of that one drawing looks really good. I hope they follow through with that. The designs in the trailer so far look decent, even if the graphics look kind of poor for what it should be by now. Like I said, compared to Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, they should be more like that, more detailed. The character models only look slightly better than these 3DS ones, and ironically not as good as the Let's Go ones. Hopefully that's only because it's maybe the beta shots. I really hope so. And as for the starters themselves, not bad, but not super impressed either.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, like I said, hopefully the other new Pokemon, new legendaries, the new evolutions, if we get them, will be better. Hopefully there's no new stupid gimmicks, no new forms, no new dumb mechanics. The Z moves are okay enough. I like the idea of a special move or a special attack. That's way better than overpowered forms that can one-shot everything and look ugly as fuck, and they're in misery all the time.
Yeah, while in the process.
But yeah, I really am interested in this. Hopefully all the ideas that we've had actually come together. So I'm looking forward to it. I maybe we can do more discussions the more trailers come out and the more information comes out. Not like every bit of information, because the people are going to be sick of it. But I'm very interested in this so far. This is actually probably the first generation that I'm actually super excited for. Sun and Moon, I was kind of like on the fence, and then I didn't even get the games in the end. I didn't get either of them because I wasn't like super thrilled. And by the critics and the reviews of my friends, I'm kind of glad I didn't get it, because it wasn't as good as it tried to make it up to be. But this
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon should have been.
Hopefully
DLC.
it's good.
I couldn't even finish that one.
No, that was that's on the same cash grab train as Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but that's for a topic of another time. I've already wasted an hour and a half discussing how much of a piece of shit that game was. I don't want to talk about it here again.
Yeah, that is true. I remember that.
That is for another time.
And you ranted to me about it for like 3 hours on the phone.
Yeah, I think it was about the same amount of time for myself as well.
Because I hate that game. That
game was kind. I mean, just given like how you feel about the certain things that went on, I totally understand why you felt the way you did.
Because it wasn't a remake. It was a Mega Evolution cash grab. That's literally. They should have just called it Mega Evolution the game. That's literally all they did.
The game, the movie,
Gen
life.
3. So that's the only reason why. That's the only thing I fear about this game is I don't want it to turn into Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I don't. It sucks.
In the Battle
I don't.
Frontier they promised 4 years ago.
The Battle Frontier, that would be cool. That's not a gimmick. That's just a side thing. So yes, I hope that something like that is in the game.
It's a fun activity to do to test your skills, and I would love to test my skills if the Battle Mage and Battle Tree weren't just
one other thing. That's right. I almost forgot to mention this. But remember we discussed like a harder mode in the game?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, like I remember seeing this in the comments where, what if there's like a veteran mode for like higher or more experienced Pokemon players or people that have been in the game longer? Like maybe it's harder to level up. Maybe there's no EXP share bullshit or something like that. I'm not talking about like straight up randomizer Nuzlocke right as soon as you turn on the game. No, you don't get to torture yourself.
You off in Nuzlocke mode.
The Nuzlocke mode should not exist in the real games. Leave those as hacks. We don't need because Pokemon aren't supposed to actually die. And Nintendo and Pokemon Company knows that. So leave that as its own thing. But a veteran mode for the game, like no hand holding like Sun and Moon, because that was obnoxious. So that would be great if there was like a veteran mode, like almost not as grindy as the first two gens, but similar to that, where you actually get to, like use each Pokemon to level them up or something, instead of having 5 of them sit in the background and earning XP by doing nothing. How? Mm-hmm. I don't. Or some can argue, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee does the same thing. Yes, I agree with that. But that's more aimed towards casual gamers, so I don't count that. So I understand why. I understand why that's its own thing with gaining XP really easy, is because I want to keep casual gamers in the game, like enthused about the game more, not have everything take a fucking year and a half to level up, which I understand that. But hopefully I even forget the person's name in the comments that I read, but hopefully that's a thing in the game where there is a veteran mode. Maybe there is, I don't know if you would call it veteran mode. This is just the name I'm giving it, but a harder mode to make the no hand holding or whatever. Like obviously we know the stat weaknesses and advantages. We know how poison works, etc. We just jump right in with like an iron fist, literally, and take things as they come. If someone wants to do it like a casual gamer, then that should be a mode for them too. Hopefully this game does both.
Yeah, imagine having like a difficulty setting and shit.
Yes, exactly. Like a difficult. I wouldn't like maybe there's like a regular mode, a hard mode, and then like super advanced mode once you beat the game once or something.
We should get one of those, or at the very least, can we at least get to go to another region afterwards, like with a harder mode as well? Because they did that with Kanto and the Johto games. You'd get to go there following
That was one thing I do.
That was my
love.
dream game, to have the ability to go to any region you wanted.
That would be great.
That could happen on the Switch now that the hardware is a lot improved. Like you can't do that on a 3DS, having like 8 gens in one game. That would break the system, but the Switch could probably handle something like that.
I think the only way that would actually happen if it was like an MMO or some shit on like computers, but I know that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always loved about Gen 2 is that you went back to Kanto and see how it changed.
Someone Hannah here says I got too spoiled of how easy Let's Go was. It's gonna suck going back to the old EXP gating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. You just looking back, I think one of the reasons why Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire that I didn't like, besides the whole Mega Evolution gimmick, was the fact that holy shit, I was too overpowered by the time I reached the Elite Four, and I battled everyone just once, and I was all in the 70s, almost 80s.
Yeah,
because of that
crazy.
EXP share. Yes, I understand I could have turned it off, but the fact that option's even available to you, kind of, I don't like that. So hopefully this game doesn't have that sort of thing, and if it does, I'm turning the fucker off because I don't need to deal with that. I like the old school way of doing it, not like super old school, like sitting like the way RuneScape used to do it, chopping a fucking tree for 4 months straight. We don't need that. But
Are you talking about me and Omega Ruby? I had 8 Pokemon on my team, and they were all level 80 when I finished the game. Like, what the hell?
Me too. Yeah, when I beat Omega Ruby, I had everyone in like the 70s to 80s, and I only battled every trainer once.
I mean, and then like it's funny because Steven's Pokemon were like level 50, and it's just really sad and easy.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, holy crap.
By the way, I beat what's his name's Mega Gallade with my regular Gallade, and that felt amazing.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me about that. Yeah, because
it was a one shot too.
Look at the original versions. Like look at like Ruby, for example. That was not the case in the original Sapphire and Ruby.
Oh no, well no, not at all.
No. Like the Elite Four was hard in the original version of that game.
Yeah, granted, they were still. I wouldn't say they still had a lot to learn back then because it was the 3rd installment, so you really can't say that.
Right. But to put it one way, that was before they had like the moves.
Even Fire Red and Leaf Green was kind of challenging. Not super challenging, but like it was still a very comfortable paced game.
It was, yeah.
Like I still had to like take some time and grind here and there, but not like spend a year and 2/3 doing it, but also at the same time not like battling everybody once and I'm god tier. So hopefully there's a fine balance between the two. There's no hand holding bullshit. Hopefully, I mean, for younger players, I understand that. Maybe there should be an assistant mode for younger players. But for regular players or people that are already into the series for as long as we are, or even few gens as long as we are, they don't need the hand holding. They're perfectly capable of jumping right in and doing shit on their own, and they should be able to do that. So hopefully, like last take on it, hopefully this game has everything that looks promising so far. It's like starters look okay, looks pretty decent. Like I said, I'm not going to rag on them because it's the 8th installment. Obviously, the well's running dry at this point. The area looks so good. I'm not going to lie. Like the whole European setting looks phenomenal. I think that's the best part about the game so far. Not the actual graphics, but the setting it's taken place in looks phenomenal. The graphics look poor for compared to other Switch titles. I know it's probably unfair to compare it to like Pokken Tournament or Breath of the Wild or Mario Odyssey, but I have to, because those are perfect examples of what the Switch is capable of. And this is too cartoony. I understand that. The character models and whatever, I understand what they're going for, but kind of not my style. I kind of wish it was a little bit better. And hopefully this actually comes together as one amazing series. So
yeah.
Any last words for you, Star? Anything else to add?
I mean, I must say though, it definitely looked it looks like it's going to be interesting. I mean, I must say, I think the setting is going to be the best part about it. Honestly, like, it'll definitely be a good way to kind of reel you in.
Yes, because like I said, like if the area of the game is exactly like it is on the map, it looks like every place is a new area to explore, and they're not samey looking.
Right.
That was another thing about even the original Ruby and Sapphire, is a lot of areas look samey looking besides maybe the Ash Mountain. I mean, half of it was water. You can't do much with the ocean.
Yeah.
It all basically looks the same. Yeah. And then the other half is just grassland and beach and shit. So
yeah.
Maybe it was, I never played Sun and Moon, and I forget what it looks like, so pardon me if that's totally different, but I hear it was a lot of the same as well. Mm-hmm. Not like the Kanto region looks any different. Honestly, the Kanto region, even looking back on Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, looks quite stale.
Yeah.
I mean, the graphics are okay, once again, but it's kind of stale. Like, it almost seems like someone just put a little bit of a coat of paint on it, and that's it.
I hate to say it with Pokemon. I don't think they're looking at other AAA titles and like really like aspiring to be them in terms of graphics. I just don't think that's their goal.
Well, I guess the plus side is that we're also not getting half the gen now and half the gen later like EA does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you can explore, you can beat the other four, you can't beat the other four gyms right now, it's not ready yet.
Oh man, that makes my head hurt.
They would do. That's what they're doing with Anthem, for fuck's sake. They have a whole game and they literally chopped it in half and set the other half a few months from now. We'd know. At least Pokemon's putting it all in one package. Thank God for that. We thank God, like that's one of the reasons why I like Pokemon, is the fact that there's no like DLC. Well, I can't say there's no DLC bullshit, because that's pretty much what Mew was with the whole Pokeball thing and Let's Go, and that still pisses me off. But other than that, there hasn't really been too much like DLC shoved in your face at all with this game.
No,
it's me, and the entire thing is what you get right there and then. Some people could argue that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was pretty much the DLC bullshit from that, and shame on you. Don't do that shit again. Give us all the content in these two titles. Don't give us a freaking two more titles that's called Super Sword and Super Shield, and then say, oh, it's a new game just with two new things to do in it.
Oh God.
No, that's bad. You don't resell your game.
Just like as Angry Joe goes, no. No.
Exactly.
No.
That's what I don't agree with. But like I said, I want this game to be good. I want it to be good. I want it to succeed, because this will be.
Wait, what the hell?
Yeah, no, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee doesn't count. That's its own thing. Yes, it's technically canon, but it's its own thing. It's its own casual experience for people getting into the genre, or for someone looking for a more calm time. This is the next thing that needs to show.
Pikachu is probably the hardest Pokemon game I've played in the last 6 years. Have you seen my Let's Play on it? I'm actually, if I have experience share turned on, and I'm still struggling.
Well, I will admit that some of the freaking Pokemon in that game are it's total bullshit trying to catch them. It makes Pokemon Go. Holy shit.
Yeah, no,
like regular Pokemon Go, you can pretty low shit with a freaking Great Ball. If you bump into a level 50 Pidgey, it breaks out of a fucking Ultra Ball. Bullshit.
Yeah, that is bullshit.
In a world where Erica's Mega Drain on her Vileplume kills all of my Pokemon when it's not very effective in one hit, that's a problem. Mega Drain is so broken in Let's Go.
Yeah, the whole catching system is broken too. Like the way you tear through freaking Ultra Balls and shit, you would swear that you would buy them with actual microtransactions.
Oh my God.
But yeah, the whole catching mechanic in that game, I like it, but nope. The whole RNG nonsense in it is ridiculous.
Yep.
And I don't like it. So, but hey, don't worry, guys. You don't have to deal with that in this game. It's good old-fashioned run through the grass and oops, I tripped over something. And then you're battling it.
Yep.
And then you get to do it the old-fashioned way. That's another thing. Oh, I'm just noticed something. It's a shame that I don't think they brought back the whole following you mechanic, and I don't think they brought back the Pokemon wandering around mechanic. They could have kept that. Like they obviously you could still have the battling and you could still have the old-fashioned way of doing it, but the whole encountering them, like you should be able to they should be able to just wander wherever the fuck they want and then you battle them that way. I like that. That's something that they should have kept. But obviously they want to go back to the traditional way of things, so I respect that as well. But I think that's literally all I have to say. I don't really have anything else to say besides repeating myself for the 7th time, but thank you. Yeah, thanks for all the several people that did watch this. Probably me, Steve, and 2 others.
That's fine.
But it's all good. I just needed to get my opinion out and probably listen to my own rant again because I love listening to myself bullshit. But yeah, the whole topic for Omega Ruby after Sapphire, that could be... That I made a whole video on that. Go ahead, but I still have fresh ideas on that for another time. Like, I don't want any Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I don't want Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire bullshit put into this game. No more new forms. We don't need it. No more Megas. Those should be fucking dead by now. I mean, knowing this game since Gen 6, I know some sort of gimmick is going to be in it, because if it's not Mega Evolutions or alternate forms or Z moves, it's going to be something else. So who knows? But we don't know. We don't know what it is, and we won't know for God knows how long, a few months at least. So hopefully this is just as promising as it looks. I really, really want this to succeed, even if there's some things I'm nitpicking about. But hey, if the game is good, I can simply just overlook those things. So, all right, that is pretty much it. Any last words before?
I mean, Greg, you go ahead.
Well, I don't really have anything. I'm just gonna repeat myself, but I would love to see the Battle Frontier that they promised us, whether it's a new one or the Hoenn one. But I don't care. Just put something in there that I can do after the game that isn't rigged.
So Battle Frontier / Coliseum. Ooh.
No, I mean, I don't mind that. It's just the Battle Tree and the Battle Mazen are rigged, so I would like to see the Battle Frontier.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, fuck those. Oh, but hey, at least it's not the Fortune Battle in Battle Revolution. Okay. That's fucking rigged.
Yeah, that's rigged to hell.
That's so. Oh my god, that's so rigged. You never want to play a Pokemon game again. God.
But yet you did. And I did.
Because I'm dumb. I'm a dumbass. Of course, I'm the only one that would get rank 8 on those and actually do the 100 battle challenge 3 times.
Yep.
And waste like 20 hours of my life doing that. Because I'm dumb, of course. But hey, like it would be interesting to see that too, some sort of tournaments. But that's obvious. That's not going to happen for a long, long time. For only the basics for now, and then we'll discuss more when we get to it. But as for other live streams, I'm not 100% sure what we're doing. So
yeah,
that'll be all.
All right. Yep. All right. Yep.
So thank you guys so much for listening to me bitch and rant. Well, actually, I say bitch and rant, but I actually had a lot of good things to say too. But rant on about everything, good or bad. Hopefully, I mean, post whatever you want in the comments below. Maybe I'll read it and try to answer it. Blah blah blah. Once again, I'm very, very excited for this, and we'll see what happens a few months down the road. Usually by June or July is when they start unleashing all the juicy deets. So,
indeed.
All right. Until then. I will probably do another live stream because I did post a poll. Not like anyone really cares watching this video, but I did post a poll.
I'll be honest, I chose Hot Shots actually, even though it wasn't the winner.
Oh, okay. It's probably Mugen, but I'm probably going to push Mugen aside for now. People don't know that. I already did Mugen, so I'm pushing that aside. Shh, don't tell anyone. Even though this is live and everyone can hear me. Shh.
Yep.
So, thank you guys so much for listening to my rant, and there'll be another one coming soon whenever the more good information is released. So keep an eye out for that and join us. Why not? I love discussing random stuff with random people. Mm-hmm. So until then, this is Mr. Jums signing off. Thank you and have a good night.
Yep. Peace out, guys. See ya.